never know how badly you want something until you feel like it's unattainable. When you feel like it's coming easily to everybody else, it can challenge every strength inside of you, and it can ignite feelings of doubt and despair. I know a lot of women and people share my own feelings of frustration and disbelief when it comes to infertility. In fact, for many, my journey was really only the beginning of theirs. When I was 15, I underwent corrective back surgery. During surgery, the surgeon bruised my spinal cord, and I suffered a spinal cord injury while under anesthesia. I woke up paralyzed from the waist down. I was a sophomore in high school. I spent the next few months in a hospital and rehabilitation center, relearning how to become independent and learning how to use a wheelchair. It was an inexcusable medical mistake that inevitably changed my entire perspective on life and pain and challenge. Since then, my brain and my body have become sort of this dynamic duo, doing their best to work together and communicate. I never thought that I would face a challenge like something I had already experienced until I decided to start a family. May 2021. Today is my birthday. It's also coincidentally Mother's Day, and I say coincidentally because I never thought that at age 33, after only 7 months of trying, I would be pregnant. My husband and I are just elated. We threw a birthday party for me last night in our backyard, and I'm just feeling invincible right now. The pandemic finally feels like it's in its last act, and after a canceled wedding due to the pandemic, my husband and I have an amazing honeymoon planned in Hawaii in June. And now, after 7 months of trying and realizing that I'm pregnant, our dreams of starting a family are becoming a reality. I could not believe seeing that little word pregnant on the clear blue stick. I called my sister immediately, and I feel that little celebration that every woman gets to feel when she tells somebody she's pregnant, especially for the first time. My husband and I are starting to brainstorm how we're gonna tell our families, and we just downloaded that little app that tells us that our baby is the size of a raspberry. June 2021. I'm 8 weeks pregnant today. Summer is definitely here, and I'm starting to think about what my bump is going to look like in a bathing suit. After the suggestion of my gynecologist, and also due to my spinal cord injury, my husband and I are going to visit a high-risk fertility doctor today. The nurse leads us down the long hallway to the cold room where she's going to perform the ultrasound. A childlike excitement permeates the walls as my husband and I hold hands, excited to hear our little raspberry's heartbeat. The nurse begins the ultrasound, and we wait. The nurse leaves the room to go ask a doctor for assistance, and we continue to wait. "I'm sorry, we can't seem to find a heartbeat," she says, so matter of fact, so bluntly. No heartbeat, no movement. I'm in a state of shock. I couldn't believe that she delivered the news with so much distance. It's then and there that I realized that being a mom, becoming a parent, starting a family, that is something that I so desperately desire. No one can prepare you for the experience of loss. And not a lot of people understand really the mental anguish that you feel when your body catches up to your brain and confronts the loss. I know for me, it was really hard to wrap my head around the fact that there were still cells and tissue inside of my body. Cells and tissue that required my kind and gentle doctor to surgically remove them so that my body could re-regulate and so that I could begin to ask myself, what's next for me? The trauma of my loss still sits with me, Even though my body has continued to move on and try again, I know a lot of people who have experienced what I have understand that while miscarriage is a physical experience, it really is the mental trauma that persists. October 2023. After 2 years, 2 surgeries, countless disappointment, and a continued lack of success, my husband and I decided to start the IVF process in July. After 4 months and our first embryo transfer, we receive a phone call from the nurse at our new fertility practice. My husband's just staring at me blankly as I answer the phone and put it on speaker. The nurse asks us if it's a good time to talk. Yes, we both say. Well, first of all, I just want to say congratulations. It appears from your blood work that you are pregnant. The nurse keeps talking, but that's all we needed to hear. We are pregnant. I am pregnant. I can't describe the sense of relief that I feel. I feel relieved, I feel elated, I feel proud of the success that my body has finally found. I have this habit where when I'm going through something really challenging, my husband says, "I'm so sorry that this is difficult for you." And it ends up being my instinct or my reaction to just say, "Oh, well, it's all relative." And that's true, that everybody's pain and everybody's challenge is all relative to their own experience. But I've also learned that there's something really empowering about saying, "This sucks," or "This journey is really fucking hard," or "I want this so badly, and I don't have it yet." I've learned to embrace the pain and the challenge, to allow all of those emotions. The last 4 years have been incredibly challenging, and I really don't wish it upon anybody. But I've also realized now exactly the adventure that I want to be on. And I know that my husband is the person that I want beside me on this journey. I've also learned that my body is amazing. It transcends trauma, and it perseveres through upset and injury. It has allowed me to get closer and closer to becoming a mom, to getting what I want. Bringing our desires to life is not a journey free from challenge. But the desires that are worth it to us, they are attainable if you believe in yourself, in your brain, and your body. Thank you.